Hey guys, this is Delcom716, also known as Steven Rabbitoy. I'm 16 years old and I'll be talking to you about drugs today. Well, not drugs, mostly medical marijuana and the legalization of marijuana. And I'm going to just be rambling on for the next 20 minutes or so about the plus and minuses of having marijuana legalized or even tolerated. The fact is that hemp, even a non-smokable substance that comes from the marijuana plant, will bring in millions of dollars in revenue and easily make money for the government and provide clothes and backpacks and other types of things. Thousands upon thousands of different products just from the plant being legalized. And then you have the marijuana smokers. Sorry, I'm kind of playing a game while I'm talking to you guys, but the thing is that medical marijuana is unknown to a lot of people, that it can cause good as much as it can, well, in the government's eyes, cause harm. Which that's not as much the case. The fact is that, you know what, I'm not going to play the game while I'm talking to you guys. Sorry. The fact is that medical marijuana is something that could easily help thousands of people that are in pain. From back pain, from who take depressants that can use marijuana because it's known as a depressant. And then there are some other things, like the fact that it inhibits cancer growth in people. And the fact is that if you replace marijuana with as a product that is legalized, you won't have as many people that smoke cigarettes. That's just my opinion. It's the fact that a lot of people who smoke weed also smoke cigarettes because of the fact that it's one of the closest things that they can get to weed without being addicted to like crack or cocaine. Pepsi. But now this is all just my opinion, and then I'm going to throw some facts in there from what I've learned from NORML, the legalization of the organization that works towards the legalization of marijuana, or even the legalization of medical marijuana. And the fact is that, one, marijuana is made from the earth. It was a plant before any of us were alive. And it's been around for, who knows, thousands upon millions of years. Who knows? Nobody really knows the origins because nobody's really studied how long that weed's been on the earth. And one of the screwed up things about medical marijuana is the fact that the DEA doesn't allow it to be legalized because they don't have the research to say that it is either harmful or not harmful. In my opinion, it's not really that harmful to the normal person. But the government has to know for certain that it's not going to affect and hurt most people before they legalize it. The fact that I don't really think they give a fuck, since they have cigarettes and booze that kill hundreds of thousands of people every year. But you know them. They got some fucked up reason. But the fact is, no matter what, they're not going to legalize it without the information that they need. But the DEA won't allow scientists to study it, the legalization of medical marijuana and marijuana itself. They don't allow scientists to study it, and yet they always talk about how they need the research first. How are you going to not allow somebody to study it and then yell about, oh, you don't have the research to say that it should be legalized or not legalized? And that's just one of my takes on it. The fact is that people, if they do legalize it, it's going to be taxed. That's just a matter of fact going to happen thing. Because they need to make some form of money off of it. And that's how it's going to go. No matter what you say or what you try to argue about, it's going to happen. And the fact is, it's not going to be outrageously taxed as most people think it is. I don't really think it's going to be an extra $20 for something for a 10 bag, which is like $10 nowadays. I don't think they're going to tax it like that. I think it's going to be like normal tax for alcohol or cigarettes. Depending on each state, it's going to be this amount, depending on state taxes. And the fact that the production and the economy is just going to go skyrocket, I believe, if they legalize it. I think production for it is going to skyrocket, from hemp clothes, hemp backpacks, and all other kinds of hemp materials, and that the economy is going to skyrocket because cotton needs to be grown seasonally, while hemp can be grown year round. As long as they have sunshine and water, it can be grown year round. While when it comes to cotton, it can be only grown seasonally. And it will just cause so much more revenue for the government, especially if it's legalized. And people get real, there's going to be tax on it, no matter what. I mean, you have to accept that fact that there's going to be tax. It's going to take huge tolls out of jails and everything. Did you know that about 40% of the black market is pure marijuana? Pure hemp, marijuana, all of it. 40% of the black market. And if you legalize weed and hemp, bam, 40% of the black market is just out of the way. And then they can focus on the real things, like trading of guns, bomb materials, crack, cocaine, heroin, and the main aspects of drugs and terrorism and illegal selling of guns. I'm not really scientific, so I'm not going to be using a lot of big words for you guys. This is just my opinion. But 40% of the black market, that is just huge, people. And look at how much money that the government's going to be saving from keeping people out of jails, because they're not going to have all those people that are in there for selling weed, smoking weed, selling hemp products and everything on the black market, or for just growing in their yard or their basement or something. You're going to take a lot of people out of jail, which is going to save the government millions of dollars of money. It's also going to create new jobs for people at dispensaries, at cafe shops that they open up from it, at people who want to invest in, people who want to create businesses for marijuana and then have investors. It's just going to bring the government so much money, and I don't see why they don't realize this. They don't even have to totally legalize it. They just need to tolerate it, similar to Amsterdam. Amsterdam, you can't go running around the street smoking marijuana, but if you're in a cafe shop, in your house or anything, you can smoke. Because it's tolerated. It's not fully legalized. It's not fully legalized where you can run down the street doing it, but it's tolerated. That's the fact. I don't think people should be running around the street smoking weed. I believe they should be in their house, a friend's house, in a cafe shop, somewhere where it's safe, somewhere where people aren't going to get mistaken and walk in because of the fact that people are smoking there. And there are some facts that are against marijuana, where actually it doesn't inhibit the growth of cancer cells. Well, for one, the reason why a lot of people smoke medical marijuana when they have cancer is because it counteracts their cancer medicine, such as, I believe it's, I don't know the names for cancer medicine, considering I don't have it or I've never really researched cancer all that well, but it takes away the nausea from the cancer medication that it brings to the people so they can fight. What marijuana does is it takes away the nausea that they get from the medication. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of what else I need to say in this video to make my point out. I didn't really have this all written down. This is just off the top of my head of what I know and what I've researched. Actually, I was reading about NORML today, which is, as I think I stated before, an organization that fights for the legalization of medical marijuana. The fact that I was reading a blog from the NORML website, which is www.norml.org, And I was reading their blog today, and they was talking about Connecticut becoming the 17th state to legalize medical marijuana. That is amazing to me. The fact that we started off in about 2006, 2007 with one or two states that legalized it, and like 20 dispensaries. Now in just California alone, over 127 dispensaries, easily. And now there's 17 different states that allow the legalization of medical marijuana, just to help people who are in pain from it. Me, myself, I started smoking because I had ADHD. My friend introduced me to it because he knew I had it. I had ADHD and I had trouble sleeping, and I had a little bit of back pain from the bed that I was sleeping on. I started smoking. I was able to focus more from that, counteracted my ADHD, and it also put me to bed a lot simpler, a lot more smoothly. I didn't have to stay up all parts of the night. And just to let you know, I'm taking this at 3 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. Yeah, not really helping that I'm drinking this, but I'm awake. But no matter what happens later, that it's just amazing to me. I don't know if you people think it's amazing or not. To me, it's just amazing that you have the legalization over 17 states that are helping people with their pain and their mental problems that it helps with physical, mental, emotional problems that it helps with. And there's also going to be those people that are not going to take the marijuana really well or get over their heads with it, and they're just like any other, how can I say this, drug, any other drug, even including alcohol and cigarettes. You need places to help people get over it, like AA for alcohol. That's part of the taxation I think they should put on, is they should put each money from each amount that they sell towards an organization that helps people who get over their heads with the thing, with medical marijuana or marijuana itself. And there's always going to be downsides when it comes to drugs. And I'm using the term drug loosely because in my eyes, a drug is something you have to do chemically to it. Like crack cocaine, add baking soda, stir it with hot water. I don't know the fucking chemical reaction for it or whatever, but I'm just saying. You gotta add shit, you gotta chop it up and shit with fucking chop it up, mix it with baking soda or some shit like that, or baking powder, or whatever the fuck it is. And then mix it or something. With weed, you just pick it up right off the plant, hang it up. Or put it in a tote, poke some holes in the tote. Wait about 3 days, come back, it's done. That's it. You gotta do shit to it. You gotta sprinkle shit on it, throw shit on it, put shit in it. Just let it dry. Come back 3 days, boom, it's done. And we've been lied to most of our lives about what weed does. When the only time they really mention marijuana in government is when someone killed somebody, or somebody got arrested stealing a car or anything like it, and then that's when they want to bring up marijuana. They want every chance they can get to make marijuana look bad. And that's not the truth. If a person murders somebody and they happen to smoke before, it means they were fucked up before they started smoking. They didn't become fucked up off marijuana and then decide, oh, I'm gonna go on a fucking killing spree. No, they were fucked up before then. They happened to be a marijuana smoker, and then they killed them when they were high. I don't know. If they were going to jail, maybe they thought I'd get high before I do it. I don't know. And to me, there's going to be a lot less homeless people. Because what I mean by that is, you have a lot of people, like crackheads and everything, that are homeless because of the fact that they became so addicted to it that they needed to sell everything they had just to get more of it. Well, marijuana isn't like that. Marijuana is as addictive as people say it is. I mean, people may like it, but it's not addictive. Me, I can stop smoking whenever I want.